Legrand, fade in. Interior, Legrand's apartment. Lille, France, day. Tasseled patent leather loafers enter a small round foyer characterized by a floral border in the tiles. A hand holds a small flute of tissue paper. Persnickety Honoré Legrand, 50, small, slim, hair carefully placed with a most peculiar mustache, advances up a short hallway, enters a large sitting room. Reserved elegance. He stops in front of an ornate mirror, checks his appearance, likes what he sees, moves to the mantel and stares at a silver-framed picture. Close on, an old photo. A woman. Beautiful, vibrant, young. He carefully unwraps the tissue, a single red rosebud, to replace the flower in the silver-fluted vase flanking the frame. He places the older bud into his lapel, turns and retraces his steps. Exterior, Lille, street, day. Eyes downcast, Legrand moves quickly up Rue du Pont-Neuf, stops at the avenue, and looks disapprovingly across the street into the square Grimont-Prez, with its many mature shade trees, to the hobo lying on the park bench, oblivious of Legrand's scrutiny.
The social system is falling apart.
His gaze moves past the bench with its hobo to the little antique shop beyond. He smiles, crosses the square, and moves up the avenue. Angles through the Place de Concert, crosses the street, and turns into a churchyard. Momentarily, his eyes rise to the rose window at the pinnacle of the pointed arch on the facade of Notre-Dame de la Treille. He continues up the wide sweep of stairs. Interior, Lille, cathedral, day. Legrand stands a moment to gaze at the vaulted interior, shows no outward demonstrations of devotion, and moves along the right aisle to a table of stepped candles. He folds a 50-euro note, stuffs it into the donation box, and lights a candle. Uncomfortable, he gathers courage.
Eileen, I have come to tell you that I am leaving. It has been too difficult. I could stand that you married him instead of me, because I could still gaze upon you with your baguette returning from the boulanger, catch glimpses of you at the marché, even see you on a arm of Foulard, but not now. There is nothing to keep me here now. Everywhere I look, especially upon that silly fool you preferred to me, I see you, Eileen. I cannot live without you in this place. Goodbye, my love.
He kisses his fingers and caresses the candle with them.
Maybe next time I will have the chance.
He stares at the candle, tears his eyes away, up to the vaulted ceiling, sighs, smiles sadly, moves to a chair in the third row, places his rosebud on a seat, and leaves. Exterior, antique shop, day. On the sidewalk, Honoré Legrand wistfully looks over the facade of an antique shop. He moves to look inside. Early morning sunlight illuminates the interior. We slowly zoom in past the window display to view the antiques carefully placed for optimum viewing. Delicate tables, chairs, chests, an armoire, and a foot. There on the floor, the lower part of a leg, cleanly severed at the knee. It wears a gray-on-gray pinstripe pant leg, a fine woolen sock, and a new black lace-up shoe. The rest of the person belonging to the leg is missing. Honoré Legrand stares.
No, impossible. Bon Dieu.
Honoré Legrand about turns and with quick steps walks up the Rue des Belges to the police station on the corner. Exterior, interior, police station, day. The large red brick building, occupying half the block, faces the treed square. Legrand turns in through the blue doors into an interior modern in its appearance and function. Several officers saluting pass him. Legrand goes directly to Etienne Bourg, 35, the concierge, at his raised desk.
Bonjour, Etienne. Appelle le commandant Foulard.
Oui, inspecteur capitaine Legrand, il est encore là.
Dites-lui qu'il y a un billet per dans un magazine.
Un quoi?
Un billet.
C'est tout. Legrand turns and quickly walks away. French spoken heard his English. Hello, Chief Inspector Foulard. It is Legrand. He has asked for you to come to the shop. His shop, I should imagine. No, only that there is a foot. That's all he said. He's waiting for you, and he's taken 2 officers with him. Etienne looks nervously to where Legrand exited the police station. He holds the phone away from his ears, indistinct shouting emanates from it. Cut to black. End teaser. Act 1, fade in. Exterior, Lille, antique shop, day. Hiding his impatience, exhibiting calm, Legrand discreetly looks at his watch, then across the square in expectation of the arrival of Senior Detective Inspector Foulard, approaching. He stretches his 5'7" frame. The 2 officers off to the side mumble to each other. Jean-Paul Foulard, 48, of average appearance, arrives.
I'm waiting. Why do you not come when I tell you there is a foot in the shop?
Where?
There, by the trunk. Do you not see?
You have the key?
No, the manager is bringing it.
Aloof, Foulard shakes his head, notices the real estate sign tucked in a window corner.
You are selling the shop. Why, was it not to be your retirement, this shop?
Mute, Legrand returns a mind-your-own-business look.
I'm off duty now. Call for someone else to come, or you can postpone your vacation and do it yourself.
Ah, no. You were on duty when I notified you. And here you are. The case is yours.
There is no case. Yet.
A small round man, Laurent Thibodeau, 55, tie missing, buttons misaligned and hair out of place, revealing his bald pate, hurries up the walk. Legrand, disapproving of his appearance, sneezes. They encircle Thibodeau at the door. It opens. Legrand carefully moves him aside, and they enter.
Monsieur Thibodeau, wait here.
Interior antique shop, day. Brightly illuminated by the early morning light, the furniture on display glows as when new. Behind the chest of drawers, Legrand, Foulard, and the two officers look down on the lower part of a lake. Shaking his head, Foulard extracts his phone and dials.
How do you manage to get involved in these bizarre occurrences?
I did not get involved with it. It got involved with me. Secure the entrances. Let no one in. Take names of anyone who comes.
They salute and head for the front door.
Yes, get the team in right away. The sooner we secure the shop and get statements, the sooner I'm off duty.
Legrand walks through, carefully looking at each item. Off Legrand, he sees more than the objects before him. Interior Lille antique shop, day, 1998. Legrand, 35, in police lieutenant's uniform, with trim mustache, examines a finely filigreed letter opener. His eyes rise to the entrance of a beautiful, dark-haired woman. Hélène, 28, of the photograph, all in white. She asks Monsieur Thibodeau, 45, to show her a set of cups in the window. Elegant in profile, she leans, points into the window. Legrand, behind glass shelves, enamored, discreetly watches.
Monsieur Thibodeau, the madame did not like the cups.
Oh yes, very much. She will tell her husband. She hopes he will buy them for her birthday.
Return to present. Legrand looks at the cabinet behind the manager's desk, where the 4 Derbyshire cups sit, out of view. He moves on. Interior antique shop, storeroom. In the back corner he spots an old metal traveling trunk. He dons his little half-moon glasses and bends to read the many labels pasted over its surfaces, some dry and peeling. He takes out a small notebook, mumbling, writes.
129 East 66th Street. New York. Bon.
He carefully places the small gold pen in the book, closes its tiny clasp, and allocates it to an inside pocket. On the floor, a faint brown trunk-sized outline. He bends, runs a finger along the trunk's bottom edge. Clean. He wets his finger, touches the stain, rubs it with his thumb. Smears. A handkerchief emerges. Foulard is leaning over him. Legrand sneezes, rises heavily into Foulard.
You have found something.
This stain, like rust, a faint outline, is square. Have forensics examine it.
Probably dirt.
It is possibly dry blood. Ask an officer to ensure no one steps here. And this trunk, it needs to be opened. It is a key.
There you go. Jumping to conclusions again.
Legrand returns a must we go through this again look, about faces and leaves. Exterior antique shop, day. Police tape has gone up, keeping away the curious who, out on their morning constitutionals or back from the baker with fresh baguettes, are slowly gathering. Legrand heads directly to Thibodeau, steps under the tape, and guides him across the street into the square. Thibodeau's hair has been straightened and his buttons aligned. Exterior square Grimampes, day. Beneath the many mature shade trees, filigreed benches face the children's small obstacle course and play area.
You are all right, Monsieur Thibodeau?
Yes. What is it you have found? Someone says it is a body.
Quite possibly there will be found a body. Please, sit. Monsieur Thibodeau, in the back of the storeroom there is a metal trunk, quite old, with many traveling labels. Where did it come from?
There are 2 trunks, Monsieur Legrand.
No, only one. The second one is no longer there. Can you tell me where you obtained these trunks, one of which is now missing?
They were both delivered yesterday.
Do you know where they came from?
No, Inspector Legrand. I thought you sent them for the shop. It came in a small combi. 2 men, I think they were Americans, delivered them.
How do you know this?
One did not speak, but he had that arrogant look. You know what I speak of. The one who spoke, his French was not very good, but it is not his native language.
When did it come?
Closing time. They banged on the back door, and voila! 2 trunks.
Thank you, Monsieur Thibodeau. Go on now. Inspector Foulard will assuredly contact you later.
Thibodeau gazes at the shop, shudders, then waddles off. Legrand looks at the shop with the crowd spilling into the street and leaves. He heads back up the avenue. Interior elevator day. A pedantic, rotund woman in the style of the 1930s wears a fur boa. Her large bosoms obscure the presence of a small dog at her feet. Legrand keeps his eyes on the number pad. At the sound of a bark, he leans forward past the obstacles to discover the animal. He straightens. He has decided he is allergic to rat-sized dogs. He sneezes disapprovingly. The elevator stops. The woman exits. He breathes again. Interior, Legrand's apartment, day. In the foyer, at a decorative shelf, Legrand carefully places his keys in a small blue Chinese bowl and proceeds up the hallway to the sitting room. At a delicate desk placed in front of a casement window, he extracts a city map from a drawer, spreads it, carefully studies it, returns it, and takes up the telephone. Waiting, he studies the pigeons on the windowsill.
Foulard, you will find the contents of the trunk belong to an actress, and it has been misdirected to the antique shop.
How did you know this? We have only just opened the trunk.
It has come from New York to Lille. Look carefully. You will see the first number is scratched away. The shop is at 212 Rue de Perpège. The theater is at 1212, and Monsieur Thibodeau said 2 trunks were delivered.
Then, since you know so much, where is this second trunk?
I think it is now at the bottom of the river. I suggest you find the combi that delivered it.
Why do you say there's a body in this hypothetical trunk?
It is logical. They will find the stain and the outline is blood. Also, the front door locks itself, not the back. Therefore, they exited the front and dropped the trunk. Spilling its contents in the dark, they did not find the foot.
We'll see. Forensics has not yet identified the substance. I will speak with Mr. Thibodeau.
Interior Lille, theater, day. Legrand shows his police ID card and is allowed entry to the theater. He moves down the aisle and sits near the front. He watches the rehearsal unfolding. On stage, they are performing the last act of Agatha Christie's Mousetrap. One of the actresses, Clair 32, stands between the fireplace and the stairs. In this scene, the actresses have no words, but he is mesmerized by Claire's stage presence. She broods wonderfully in the background. Legrand smiles with pleasure. It ends, and Legrand moves to mount the stage. A stagehand steps to block him with the intention of eviction, desists when shown his police identification. She is leaving the stage, and he quickly approaches.
Pardon, mademoiselle, êtes-vous Claire Stein? Je voudrais vous demander quelque chose. Je suis l'inspecteur Legrand de la police.
I'm sorry, I don't speak French.
No matter, I speak English.
She continues off stage. He follows. Interior theater, corridor, day. Legrand waits in the corridor. The stagehand watches. Claire emerges from her dressing room. Without the makeup and wig, she looks much younger, vibrant. Quite taken, he's momentarily speechless. There is a similarity to his photograph.
I'm late for a lunch date. You'll have to talk to me while I walk.
They reach the stage door. He holds it open for her. Interior theater, day. Foulard, accompanied by a plainclothes detective, and 2 uniformed officers enter and walk down the aisle towards the stage.